Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Thanksgiving meal prep virtual cooking workshop. Thank you so much for coming. So today it's going to be me and Oona facilitating this meeting. And if anyone feels comfortable going on camera so we can do this together, that would be amazing. But of course, no pressure. Okay, Oona, do you want to say something? We can't. You're muted.
Okay.
You're muted.
I cannot see. I'm sorry. Let me put my glasses on. I can't see. Who do we have here? Hi, Raven. I don't think we've met yet. How are you?
Raven, you're muted.
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Courtney.
you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hi, Courtney. Thank you for coming. Okay.
Hey everyone. Good night.
Hi.
Excited.
Hi. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Hello. Okay, so whenever you guys are ready, we can definitely get started.
Can you see me okay? I think my lighting is kind of bad.
You're fine. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so today we're gonna start off with prepping the turkey. Basically, we won't have the time to bake the turkey because it takes hours. So we're just gonna show you guys how to prepare it in terms of like marinating it, putting the seasonings, right? I believe Oona's gonna show us a specific way to do it, which is the briming of it. But if you don't have the oven bag, that's okay too. I don't have one. We'll figure it out together. And then after that, we will move on to the roasted potatoes. We will marinate them together, and then we'll cook them as well as the roasted vegetables. Okay. So Oona, if you want to take over.
Okay, let's get started. So we're gonna start with the turkey. I've decided to do like a brine for it. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with brining, but I know there's like different methods of roasting the turkey, but I find that this way is kind of simple, it's easy, and yeah, so let's get started. Okay, let me set up my camera.
We're gonna grab. Are you gonna grab the turkey already? Or?
Yeah. Grab your turkey. Yeah.
All right.
I'm not sure if you could see me here what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. Right.
Okay.
So, can you see it okay, guys? Can you guys see?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, did you put yours in a bucket?
Well, just because it was in the fridge, but I'm gonna take it out because it's too big. I'm just gonna rinse it off, like wash it. So I'm just gonna rest it in the sink. Of course, I'm gonna disinfect the sink afterwards, but yeah, I'm gonna start by washing it. Can everybody see me?
Yeah.
Okay. I need some feedback. I need to know if you guys can see what I'm doing so I can adjust the camera accordingly.
I see you perfectly. I see the turkey. Wait, just pull it a little down. I need it down.
All right, guys, feel free to unmute yourself so we can this can be like an interactive workshop.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, so I must apologize though. I opened my turkey and there's no skin on the breast, which I was very disappointed. I'm not sure how that happened, that there's no skin. Anyways,
does anyone else also don't have any skin on theirs?
Mine is still frozen. I've been trying to thaw it all morning.
Is it still frozen for real?
Yeah, I had it out from 12 and it's still ice is all over it.
Oh, okay, because when I dropped it off, I guess you put it back in the fridge, right? Or the freezer?
Yeah, I put it in the freezer, yeah.
Oh, you should have left it out.
I left mine overnight and it's still kind of cold actually, but I left mine out. It's pretty soft now.
But that's okay. We still have a few days till Thanksgiving. At least you can see exactly what I'm doing, so it's all good.
Also, guys, we're gonna record this, so if you ever need to go back to like the steps, you can always do that. I'll send you guys the link.
Awesome.
Okay. So obviously we're gonna start by just rinsing it off, right? We have to wash our meats. Usually it comes with all the stuff inside, like the neck and the gizzards. I'm not sure if you guys are into this or not, but it has the neck, the liver, and the heart. Ew.
Oh
So they're
God.
all inside. I know it sounds gruesome, right? But that's all in here. And you take it out. Actually, it comes with the legs comes tied up like that. I leave it like that because it's good for the bacon, right? So don't take that off. I put vinegar or lemon or both, right? So just today I'm just gonna use vinegar.
Okay.
Just kind of, yeah. If you don't have vinegar, you can use lemon. It's all good. Or even just like a lot of salt, because salt purifies, and just rub it all over. Obviously, we're gonna rinse it all off, right? So you guys are familiar with brining, that method?
I've never made a turkey before, so I'm actually quite interested in seeing how
Mom
it's
used to brine our turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. I find this method is quite easy and it's so flavorful and tender. Like,
What does it mean to brine? Is it brine? What does it mean
I'm
to do
gonna
that?
show you in a minute. I'm gonna show you guys in a minute.
It penetrates the meat a lot more, so when you bake it, you can taste a lot of it.
Oh,
Exactly. It's
okay.
flavorful. Okay, so
You said just rub it with salt, right?
yeah, if you don't have vinegar or lemon, just use a lot of salt. Just rub it all over. You know, salt purifies and just rinse it off.
Okay.
You want me to get you another plastic bag? I'll get another plastic.
Is someone talking? I thought
Someone said something about a plastic bag. Yeah.
Oh, you don't need a plastic bag right now. So we're just gonna let it drain for a little bit. It's okay. And we're gonna prepare the brine. You're gonna need like a container, like a deep container. It could be a bucket or even a cooler or a deep pot, just something that it submerges.
Yeah. You're gonna put the seasoning and stuff in the bucket?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Fill it, but we're gonna put at least a gallon of water. That's about 16 cups of water. Okay? A gallon of water.
cool.
And for the brine, we're gonna use about 5 different herbs and spices. We have garlic, thyme, peppercorn, salt, and sugar.
Oona, someone has a question. I think it's Raven.
Go ahead.
Hi. So this is where I'm at with my turkey.
Okay, so did we wash it? Did you wash it already?
No. Do I wash it with the salt and vinegar?
Yeah. Yeah. Just to rinse it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do
Do you
that.
have a container like a bucket or a deep pot or even a cooler, anything?
Can I use this pot, Emma? This one. Yeah, we use the coffee sink. I use it. Okay. My grandmother's telling me to use the sink.
The sink. The sink to rinse it, but to brine it, you're gonna need a bucket for that.
Oh yeah, I have
a deep container. You have that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so you rinse your turkey off.
Yeah, so like put the seasoning in. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna chop up some shallots. We just need about 3 of them. Okay. 3 shallots.
Yeah. My arm.
You guys, oh.
What?
I'm chopping the I'm gonna do the garlic. We need about 6 cloves of garlic. 6 cloves.
Oona, you said just 3 shallots, right?
Yeah, 3. And 6 cloves of garlic. So we're just gonna smash the garlic like that, like so. So you can get all the flavors when we put it in the water. Place the shallots and the garlic in the water. we're gonna need at least 2 tablespoons of peppercorn.
So that's the one that looks like this, you guys.
The whole pepper, the whole corn, yes. 2 tablespoons. We're gonna submerge that in the water as well. And 2 tablespoons of thyme. Usually fresh or dried is fine, doesn't matter. So this is the rosemary. I'm just gonna, I thought I had it measured, but I'm just gonna eyeball it here. 2 tablespoons of rosemary. We're gonna need 2 cups of sugar, brown sugar, or any sugar. 2 cups. And that goes in as well. And then the last ingredient, I think this is 1 cup of salt.
I got my cookie to be has the vinegar,
Sorry?
salt, and water. What do I do next?
Oh, that's fine. So it's all clean. It's all rinsed. That's fine. So you set that aside, and we prepare the brine water, the brine. And so get your container, a deep pot, or whatever you have.
Oh, okay.
A deep pot so the turkey can submerge. So 2 cups of brown sugar, or if you have white sugar, that's fine too, but 2 cups, and 1 cup of salt. And everything goes into the container. And we're gonna stir just so the salt and sugar can dissolve. I'm just stirring the pot so the salt and sugar can dissolve. Not the pot, sorry, the container, the bucket. And I'm just stirring to dissolve the sugar and the salt. Let me know when you guys are ready.
Grandmother is telling me to soak it overnight.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, that's the brine. You do it overnight.
Oh, so
yeah, that's what it is. So at least 24 hours.
Yeah, so basically we're just gonna prep it right now, you guys, and then you guys will be cooking it like in the oven at a later time because it needs time. Yeah, it needs time to be marinated.
Right.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Oona, I don't have a pot big enough. Can I just like submerge it and then maybe flip it on the other side? So the other side.
Sure.
Will that work?
Works. Yeah. Yeah.
I really can't find a bucket.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put my turkey in the bucket.
Okay.
You may find that when you put the turkey in, it's not fully submerged. Go ahead, feel free to add more water. So that way everything is submerged. Or like you said, if it's not big enough, like after a few hours, maybe you can turn it so everything gets coated. My water is not enough, so I'm gonna top it up so everything is submerged. We just start with a gallon and then we work from there. Make sure the water is not hot though, right? It has to be like room temperature water. So that's perfect, that's good. So mine is covered. And all you need to do now is put the lid on and put it in the fridge for like at least 24 hours. If it's a very big turkey, at least 2 to 3 days you can brine it for. Actually, you know what? Let me show you guys what it looks like here.
I'm gonna put this turkey in the water.
See that? Can you guys see?
Yeah, I can see it. It looks good.
Okay. Yeah, and it smells really good too. It smells good.
Yeah, you can already smell it.
So you can imagine having this marinated for like 24 hours. Or if you can even brine it in the cooler, and that way you just put ice in it and leave it outside because maybe you don't have enough room in your fridge. So even if you have a cooler, you can use that as well. But just make sure you put ice in it so we can preserve the turkey, right? Because it has to be like cold. And then this goes in the fridge. And that's it. For the brining part. And for the cooking part now, like when you're ready to cook it, you just take it out the brine. You don't have to rinse it. And you pat it dry with paper towel. And I suggest that you leave it out for at least like maybe a couple hours to get it dry. That way you get the skin nice and crispy. The drier it is, the crispier the skin would be, right? So you don't take it out the brine and put it in the oven right away. Let it sit for a while and become dry, right? That way the skin is like nice and crispy when you put it in the oven. And you can also, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put mine in a turkey bag, an oven bag. That way you just put it in, you don't have to worry about it. But if you don't have that, that's fine. You just put it in your baking pan. And I think it all depends on how big your turkey is. I think if it's unstuffed, it's 13 minutes per pound. So about maybe 3 hours, 3 to 3.5 hours you cook the turkey for, right? If it's unstuffed, I think it's about 13 minutes unstuffed, 15 minutes stuffed. Cooking time in the oven at 325, right? And I think the breast meat, when you have a thermometer, it should be reading like 165 degrees. It tells you that. And that's it. And with the bag, the reason why I like the cooking bag is because you just put it in there and that's it. You don't have to worry about it, anything. And it's nice, it's moist, it's flavorful. Now, if you don't use the oven bag, you choose to use your roasting pan, that's fine as well. You put it in the oven, you let it cook uncovered for about the first 2 hours. After that, you cover it with foil, put a dome of foil over it, and let it cook for the remaining hours, like maybe an hour and a half. Give it time. Actually, before that, there's another step. You rub the turkey with butter all over it. So that gives it a nice golden color, right? And it's nice and crispy. That's why you need to dry it afterwards. You take it out the brine and baste it with butter all over. And then you put it in the oven. Uncovered for 2 hours, then you cover it and let it cook for the remaining hour and a half or so. Got that?
So no, sounds good. So we don't glaze it with anything?
This is all the flavors. You don't need anything. But the butter,
the brine?
You just base it with butter. And the thing is you might have to, if you don't put it in the oven bag, you might have to base it a couple times. Like all the natural juices. Take a spoon. If you have a baser, that's fine, but you can use a spoon. And
the brine?
All the juices.
Yeah.
No, the turkey juices. When you put it in the oven, it's going to produce a lot of natural juices. And that's what you're going to take to just pour over the turkey. You might have to do that a couple times. But if you use the bag, you don't have to do that at all. You just put it in the bag, leave it in the oven, take it out when it's done. And that's it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. But, it's up to you. And that's basically it. And you can choose to stuff it or choose not to stuff it. What I do, I don't bother to stuff it because it adds more time. If you stuff it, you have to cook it longer. I just use the stuffing on the stovetop and just have it at the side. I don't bother to stuff the bird. No.
That's a good idea.
If you choose to, that's fine as well.
I think I'm gonna spatchcock my turkey.
You gonna do what?
I'm gonna spatchcock it.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna cut like the membrane out of it, and then I'm gonna crack it so it's flat.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. There's different methods. There's just one way to do it. You can do it however you want to do it. Like even if you don't want to do the brine, you just want to make your own seasonings and put the dry seasonings over it. That's perfectly fine too.
I'm just gonna spatchcock it, shove it in my fridge with a dry brine, and then leave it for 2 days, and then cook it.
That's good too.
Good. Yeah.
I'm looking online. It says only an hour and a half cooking time.
The turkey, really?
Yeah, if I spatchcock it.
Okay.
Okay. I guess
it's flatter.
The time.
And then if you put a rack under it, the juices come out. Potato under there.
Oh. We're gonna work on the roasted potatoes.
All right.
So I'm sure you guys seen that you receive potatoes. We have the red skin and the yellow skin. And these are quite simple. There's nothing to it. I have about 8 potatoes. And you use as much as you want. It all depends on how big your family is, or you know. So I'm just gonna do a quick rinse. Let me just adjust my camera. Just gonna do a quick rinse with the potatoes.
Do we leave the skin on for the roasted potatoes?
Yeah. You can leave the skin on. Because I mean, that's really all the nutrients are anyways, right? So it's all good. So we're just going to slice them like so in half. And then another half. You can either leave them like this size, or we can cut these ones in 2, like kind of like quarters, like cubes kind of thing. You can do that.
Does it have to be thin or thick?
Well, they're kind of thick. Just cut the potato in half like that, half.
Okay.
And then another half.
I have this good baked potato recipe.
Oh, really?
It's where you take the small mini potatoes, you put them in the oven.
We were looking for those, and we couldn't find them where we were, so like we opted out for these big ones.
But the recipe I use, you can take small mini potatoes, roast them in the oven, and then when they get, or boil them first, and then you put them in the oven. You smash them with like the back of a cup or something.
Oh, really?
Bake them for 20 minutes. They're really good.
Okay.
We were actually looking for the baby potatoes.
The small ones. We couldn't find them at the location.
Yeah.
They're usually always at Walmart.
Oh, we went to Walmart.
They weren't there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, even Longos didn't have it.
No one goes to a Longos. I can barely ever see one.
Right?
The only one I know is there's one in Brampton. That's it.
I think that was the one we went to.
I don't think I've ever stepped in Longos. In a Longo in my 20 years
There's
of
2 in
life.
Mississauga too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One by, if you know where North Service Road to Applewood. And there's another by Pony Trail. Yeah.
Longos is kind of expensive.
They are.
Expensive.
Longos is like RBC Bank. You can never find one.
That is true.
True.
Okay, so I finished dicing my potatoes, and I'm just gonna place them in my dish. You can choose you can choose to do it in a Paris dish or even have a flat. So what I do, we have salt, pepper, bit of rosemary, some butter, and garlic powder. Okay. I shall need a little bit of olive oil as well. I like to drizzle a little bit of olive oil like so on the potatoes.
Rosemary and olive oil, you said, right?
Yeah, I just drizzle a little bit of olive oil.
All right.
You can use some black pepper. You have the fine black pepper or the bigger one is fine. I'm just gonna put a few stuff like that. Also, we have some salt. Just crack some salt over it. Not too much salt. Also, rosemary is to your likings. However much you want to put, that's fine. You don't need too much. Just drizzle a bit over it. I like to put my setting to broil. And broil for my oven is 500. I'm not sure what it is for your oven, but for my oven, broil is 500. And it sits on I think the second from the top, the rack in the oven, on the second row. And you just put it in there. Every now and then you keep watching it to see you don't want it to burn. You keep flipping them, turning them, and before you know it, it's nice and golden and smelling really nice and tasting even better. Right? So this is what it looks like.
Ooh, yummy.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Are we good, guys?
Any question, guys? Any
Mhm.
questions?
Where do we go to rewatch the recording?
I'm gonna send you the YouTube video. We just I'm just recording it right now, and then we're gonna have to like I guess upload it. I don't know if it's gonna need some editing, but I'll send you guys the video.
And that's with the roasted potatoes, guys. I wish I had some ready for you guys to see the finished product, but they're quite simple. Okay, let me wash my board. What are we gonna do next? I think we're gonna do the vegetable.
Guess what we can do is share, or when we like on Thanksgiving Day, we can share our meals like in a picture or something and send it to you
Sure,
guys.
that's a good idea.
Yes,
Perfect.
that would be appreciated. Actually, Dagma asked me to ask you guys. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
No problem.
You guys can just show us the after. That'd be really great.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Do you think I can cook this in an air fryer and it'll be fine?
Oh yeah, it's your preference. Then yeah, you don't have to do it in the oven if you want to do air fry. That's fine. These are just ideas, guys. Like, you know, you can do your own way, but just show you different ways that you could do it.
I've just never put like butter in the air fryer, so.
Oh, okay. I've never done either, so I don't know. Okay, so for the veg, I think all of you got like a package of vegetables, right? Like mixed vegetables, like that?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I got that. Yeah.
okay. So what I'm gonna do is simple, nothing to it, very simple. I'm just gonna cut an onion, maybe just half of it, not all of it. Use half of it.
So we put that with the turkey?
No. We passed the turkey. We're finished with the turkey. We're on to vegetables now. We just did the potatoes. Now we're on to the sauteed vegetables.
Okay.
My vegetables are still frozen, so.
That's okay. You cook them from frozen. That's good. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Oh yeah. You don't need to thaw them. No. So I'm just peeling my onion. I'm not sure if you guys are big on onions, but I love onions, so that's why I'm using onions. So I'm just gonna like, I like to
not cry while peeling onions.
Sorry?
How do you not cry while peeling onions?
I know, like, to me, I'm not even feeling anything. Like, I'm good. I don't know. So I like to slice them this way. I don't know.
What is the secret?
There's no secret. Right now, I'm not feeling anything, so I don't know. I like to
like
cut them this
my
way.
eyes on an onion and it just starts tearing up. I just start tearing.
It happens to me too, but right now I'm not sure why it's not happening. I don't know.
Yeah.
So just cut the onions. I'm gonna use a little bit of butter. Remember, everything is good with butter, okay? Everything is better with butter. And then I have to use too much. I'm gonna actually cook these these veg for you. Hopefully you can see my stove. Can you see over there? Right?
Yep. Okay.
Excuse me, guys, because this is my first time, so my camera and stuff, like, I don't know how to position it. I cannot see anything.
That's perfect. I could see.
Okay. So I'm just gonna heat up my, this is a wok. I love to use it for a lot of things. I'll use this. So when I'm using butter, I like to drizzle a little bit of olive oil or any kind of oil in the pan so that the butter does not burn. So just a little bit, nothing much. Olive oil. And I'm just gonna put the butter in so it can melt. You don't want the stove too hot. I wish you guys can see. Can you see that? I thought anything my eyes was so bad.
I can see it a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Maybe I should bring my thing over here. Maybe I should bring the camera right here. Okay. Like that, right? Can you see that now?
Yes. Ooh, that looks
That's good.
so
Okay, so
delicious.
that's the butter. So I'm just gonna put the onions in just to saute a little bit.
Mhm.
And we have a bouillon for vegetables. I'm just gonna put this in here as well for flavor, okay? For flavor. Just break it up like that. And I'm just gonna just trying to dissolve the seasoning next. And like I said, this is just my way of doing it. One of my ways that you guys might have other ways of doing it, but you know, just showing you easy way. Just let it sit and saute for a little bit so we can have them a little bit translucent. Can you hear my sizzle here? Can you hear the sizzle? You guys are not talking back to me.
A little bit. I can hear the sizzle a little bit.
Oh.
Not super loud, but it's a pretty faint sound.
Okay. So with the veg, you don't want them to be too soggy or overcooked. You want to still have that crunch, right? So it does not take
How
long.
do you know when it has that crunch?
Sorry?
How do you know when it has that crunch?
The amount of time that you let it cook. We're not gonna let them cook that long. Just a few minutes, and that's
So
it.
how long would you let it cook for?
I would say maybe 5 minutes or even under 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes.
Oh.
Okay, so we have this like that, right? The onions is sizzling. Yeah. I'm just gonna put my veg, all of them in there like that. And I'm gonna just turn it. I'm gonna add a little black pepper. I'm gonna crack a little black pepper. Because that little seasoning pack I put in, it already have a lot of flavors in it. I'm just gonna do a little bit of salt. Guys, I put garlic in everything, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of garlic powder. Where is it? A little bit of garlic powder. And turn and turn. Something that I like to do as well, because not everybody doesn't like this stuff, but I like to put in not a lot, but just a little bit of sesame oil. It gives it that Thai flavor, but you don't have to do this. This is just for me. Just turn it, you let it sit for a little bit. You can cover it if you wish for about maybe a minute or so. Just gonna put a lid on it for a little bit. Like so. Actually, let me show you what it looks like that. Oh, Jesus. My finger. Where's my glasses? Oh, geez. I keep, okay.
That looks so good.
Did we see that? Okay. So I'm just gonna
Is anyone cooking at the same time right now? Is anyone else cooking as well right now?
Probably not.
Huh?
I don't think so. I'm not hearing anybody. They're quiet over there.
No one's cooking. Not cooking.
No one is cooking. They're just observing. So that will just cook for maybe like a minute or two, because like I said, you still want that crunch. You don't want to kill the vegetables, right? Or the nutrients.
I passed by my turkey and it smells so good.
All right? It's gonna
just
taste even better. Trust me.
Yeah. The smell of the seasoning just lifts you. Okay.
So we just let that simmer.
If you guys don't mind, I have a survey for the cooking workshop. If you guys can please just fill it out when you can, that will be greatly appreciated.
Oh my gosh, I wish you guys can smell this, guys. This is so nice. It smells really good.
Oh, that looks like a good dinner.
That hint of sesame oil, beautiful.